One thing I realized is that faith doesn't have to look like Bible line for line and sermons in every single post that you post. Sometimes I feel the Holy Spirit is moving through you and giving you something to share with people. Literally, I started just recording videos of what I thought I was getting while I'm in my bed with my bonnet on looking crazy. Okay. And let me not say looking crazy, but looking not as the internet wants me to appear. And I feel that was when I was getting the most messages that I wanted to share with other people. It was coming out authentically, and I felt I didn't want to get in front of a camera and do the whole this. For me, faith shows up as values, integrity, compassion, honesty, boundaries. That's what I call my spiritual through line. Your spiritual through line is a set of beliefs that quietly guide you and how you move, how you speak, and what you say yes or no to. No matter what niche you're in, there's always a way to create content without you being too preachy. And I feel at times that is where we lose some people that don't understand the goodness of Christ and what he's done for our lives, is to create that boundary while creating content. I don't even want to say boundary. It's the way you want to go about communicating that to your audience. Some of the most meaningful content I've created didn't come from strategy, it came from obedience. Like I just told you, with recording with my bonnet on, instead of having to put a whole production together, get my lights ready, get my face done, have the wig on, and present to you something that didn't feel authentic. And maybe lose the message in that time because I wasn't obedient. I have to start thinking of my spirit like a bank account. If I'm constantly withdrawing with no deposits, then something's going to overdraft. I'm going to say that again. If I'm constantly withdrawing with no deposits, something is going to overdraft. Content can drain spiritual energy through comparison, criticism, constant output, and pressure to stay relevant, which was me. I have gotten to the point where I needed to start being real with myself. And the only way I was going to authentically show off my lifestyle was showing my actual lifestyle. That I am a Christian, still figuring it out, not knowing the Bible line for line, but very much including Christ in everything I do, while still fighting with the flesh and things that one day are probably not even going to mean anything to me. Partying, drinking, I'm not gonna get into too much, but you get the gist of things that we use as vices instead of going straight where we're supposed to go straight to, which is the Bible, or going straight to the church where you find healing, or to your leaders who should be providing you the guidance when you need it. I also then want to get into the learning to say no. Saying no doesn't mean you're ungrateful. It means you're protecting what fuels you. I learned to step back when content started causing me lack of peace. I think I kept asking my boyfriend, I kept talking to him, let me say, because he's like a strategy guru when it comes to certain stuff with YouTube and social media kind of in general. And I was just kind of like, I don't know what my thing is. Like, I'm confused on what my thing is. I'm a lifestyle creator, pop culture creator. I like to spew positivity, but at the same time, I'm confused in what my thing is. Like, certain creators are known for certain things. Like Jackiana is known for her luxurious lifestyle and the way she portrays it and still keeps it real. Her handle here, and I don't know why I'm forgetting it now. Her name is Lauren, and she had this thing that was like a collage of what you wearing, Lauren. I love her content. She gives great advice on like how to shoot with certain things, different hairstyles. There's a lot of people that they have a thing that works for them, and they kind of, this is what they're known for type of thing. And I feel like I was asking myself, what am I known for? What do I want to be known for is most? What do I want my legacy to be? What when I'm famous, or, you know, you guys start speaking into existence. What when I'm well known, let me say, will people know me for? And I think the answer is I want to be known for truly being my authentic self. The girl that feels misunderstood a lot of the time. The girl that feels lonely when she's surrounded by hundreds of people. The girl that relies on God, but sometimes feels that she wants to hide from him because she's scared of how she's living her life and how it's not sometimes being lived in the utmost respect to God, if that makes sense. And that's the honesty of it all. And I think that was why I had to start the signature series of Walking with God Imperfectly, because I didn't understand what my thing was. I didn't get it. And I feel like my thing is, I'm a girl that's in love with God, but also fighting with her flesh, which is a lot of women. And I'm praying that I can relate to a lot of women, because these are things that I think sometimes we're afraid to talk about. A lot of faith-based content creators, I love seeing them and what I aspire to be one day, completely not letting the things of the world take me. And I'm sure they obviously have their imperfections, because we're all human. But that's why I don't want to necessarily call myself a faith-based content creator, because I don't think I'm necessarily leading and showing the way yet of who I want to be one day. I'm still in the middle of who I'm becoming. And I still want to show that part though, because I think it's important for the people that are becoming and sometimes feeling that they need to hide because they're not living in the most utmost way they're supposed to be living as a Christian woman, because we're always being judged. But I digress. Let's talk about digital Sabbath. One of the most important things I want to implement in 2026 is a digital Sabbath. That does not mean disappearing forever, because obviously I need the internet, because this is legit what I want to do with my life. So not saying completely exit all out. It does mean intentionally choosing rest. No editing, no posting, no scrolling, which I'm going to get into that in another episode. Because I scroll for work, I scroll for my content and to support other creators, but I'm trying to work on scrolling leisurely when I just want to scroll on my own time. So rest is not laziness, it's stewardship. It's important to remove yourself. The other day I sat and I literally read one of my favorite books for about almost 2 hours. I didn't touch my phone. I was on FaceTime with my boyfriend and he was on my laptop, but I didn't touch my phone. And reading is good, guys. Reading is fundamental. And I just felt so relieved. Like, I absolutely love content. Y'all know this is what I'm trying to do. But I do enjoy the quiet moments. I even just got a Kindle. Shout out to Mommy and Lauren. I don't even know who got it, my mom or my sister, but shout out to them. They got me a Kindle for Christmas. And I am so happy, because I'm now trying to actively have moments where I pull myself away from content absorbing to balance my grind of wanting to be on my stuff and create with purpose, and not burn myself out, but also to align myself with what I'm supposed to be aligning myself with, God. And also, it's what you're reading too. I always like to have a faith-based book. I love romances, but I do like to have a faith-based book, guiding me in that time. So that's important as well. But think about the digital Sabbath. It's, I think, a very good idea if you don't want to completely remove yourselves from social media, but maybe take 2 hours out of the day and read. Take 2 hours of the day and sit in silence if that helps you, if it don't drive you mad. I feel like we don't hear ourselves think a lot of the time because we're too busy listening to all the sounds of the TV, the sounds of our scrolling videos, even the sounds of people sometimes. But to each his own, whatever works for you. Now, handling criticism and spiritual attacks. This I am still working on. Because there has been a few people that I just see, misery loves company. And I think when you give them the miserable response they want, you're fueling them. And I don't want to fuel haters or trolls. It's not my purpose. It's not my God-given talent. It's not what I want to do. But sometimes the flesh takes over. It does. I want to go at it because I'm like, how dare you, insult my craft while I'm trying to push out positivity. That is my motto. And you're coming in my page on my side of the internet to bring nonsense. Okay. I'm working on it, y'all. We're all working on it. When you put your faith into your content, you do open yourself up to misunderstanding. And there's a lot of people that will misunderstand on the internet. Even when you complain, even when you explain it as clear as day, not everyone will agree. Not everyone will receive it the way you intended. I have to say, not everyone will receive it the way you intended. I know it's terrible, it's annoying, but they won't. You could feel it coming from inside of you in the most pure possible way, but they will not receive it the way you intended. It's going to happen. I'm so sorry to be the one to tell you if you didn't know. Mute when you needed. Mute when you need to. Block comments when you need to. If you I did that on one of my posts. One of my posts for pop culture stuff on my TikTok was getting a lot of traction, and mostly not in a good way. Because I gave my opinions on a movie from the 2000s that would be inappropriate for today, and I explained that in the carousel, and a lot of people still didn't really perceive it well, and it was kind of like you can respectfully disagree, and I emphasize respectfully, and A, don't comment, or B, comment respectfully. I don't know. I don't think it's that difficult, but apparently for people it is. I digress though. Pray before responding. I'm working on this. Taking away from the pop culture side, but when I do things of faith, thank God so far it's mainly been well received. The things that I've posted, there's been some comments here and there, but mainly received well. I do need to take my own advice with this one, to pray before responding, that the Lord leads me so I do not say anything that offends anybody else. And if they still get offended in your niceness, then may the Lord be with them. Don't argue your faith. It's a fight. You won't win. If you want to win it, it's just not even worth it, because people will push buttons that they want to push. Misery loves company. I'll leave it at that. Protecting your peace is not weakness, and I had to realize that too. Just because you don't respond doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're actually probably really smart to not add any more stress to yourself on a situation that isn't worth it. Virality is loud and faith is quiet. I had to redefine what success means to me. And I think I'm still learning that and understanding exactly what success means to me. And I'm trying to lay it out and really act on my actions. I think I heard a girl say this on my Instagram, that if we're laying out goals on a vision board that is 10 years, 10-year goals that can happen in 10 years for goals that you want to happen within the year, you're not doing it correct. You're just not, which is a very valid point, because if we can't perform a lot of the tasks weekly to get to the goal, it's probably not an achievable goal. I think that's why I'm redefining what success looks like to me, and I'm still in the midst of doing that. But success looks like people feeling seen. I think that's a part of the line, along the lines of it. Success is building community. That is a big one for me. That's really what I want. I want a community that feels loved within their community, not only from me trying to spread as much positivity and love as possible, but within each other, having each other's back. Growing personally, which is something that I aspire every day. And I'm feeling it like immensely in the last few weeks. I don't know if it's the end of the year. That's when this is being recorded, by the way. See you 2036, God willing. But yeah, it's change I feel within me, and I think that's why the content is slightly changing and adjusting. I don't think it's a rebrand, but I think it's just an adjustment of who I really was, but hiding it because I was afraid of being perceived as a hypocrite, and because I'm not exactly following everything to a T in the Bible, but I'm learning. And as my aunt would say, one day the Lord is just going to arrest you. Things that you once found fun, like partying and drinking, or if you smoke, or if you're messing around with people you're not supposed to be messing around with, will seem like you don't even care about it no more, because God has completely taken over your life completely, and the things that of the world that once moved you won't have even an inkling of a push in your life. Staying aligned, and success is definitely staying aligned with God as well. That's all I could say with that. Staying on his plan, because once you move out of his will, it's I don't know what you're doing. It's really his will, his way, and that is truly the truth. You will. I got a taste of stepping outside of what he had. Everything I believe. Obviously, God makes no mistakes. Let's emphasize that before I proceed. But when we try to take over and do things, and he let us, see what happens next when you touch the stove, um I learned that lesson because I didn't want to be patient, and I ended up somewhere where it truly rocked my world in the worst way and rocked my career. And but I took that of me stepping out of side of what I was supposed to be doing as God strengthening me for the next steps of what I had to do next and applying it to where I am today. The goal isn't perfection, the goal is progress. Listen, I don't have all the answers, but I'm still learning how to show up without losing myself. And I know this, I don't want to gain the world and lose my peace. If you're a creator trying to walk this balance, you are not alone. But let me know in the comments what helps you stay grounded. How do you protect your spirit? How do you protect your peace? Thank you for being here. And you know what to do. Subscribe, like, comment, share. And that's it. See y'all in the next one. And as y'all know, I don't know if I reiterated this yet. We are here every Thursday. So I might add an extra episode in the week, like once a month. So it might be 2 episodes in the week once a month, until I could get the gist of rolling out 2 episodes a week whenever that does happen this year. Hopefully it's this year, but you will be getting with episodes every Thursday in 2026. So yeah, thank you for being here. All right, see y'all. Vanna out.